Hello there, you're with me, Pritha Manivannan on 7Edition, and here are tonight's top stories. Forced land acquisition, last resort for Kampung Baru landowners. 20-cent plastic bag charge to be extended to all business premises by 2022. And 40 killed as fresh waves of anti-government protests descend in Iraq. We'll start off with this report. The government will only consider land acquisition by force on Kampung Baru as a last resort if there is only a handful of landowners who still refuse to sell their lots. Federal Territories Minister Khalid Samad said under such circumstances, reluctant landowners will be compensated accordingly under the Land Acquisition Act 1960.
Satu keadaan saja yang memungkinkan, iaitu kalau dalam lot-lot yang ada, tapi kalau saya cakap ni kan orang ni pula, katakanlah ada 10 penama, ya, lepas tu 7 dah setuju, 3 tak setuju. Lalu yang 7 tu dia dah cuba nak pujuk, dia kata dia punya duit hak dia dihalang oleh yang 3 ni dan sebagainya. Lalu kita akan cuba pujuk juga lagi, tetapi akhirnya kalau masih tak dapat pujuk, lepas tu kita kena tengoklah dari sudut keadilan orang yang dah ada, dia ada hak dia kan.
Khalid said this after launching the Federal Territories Sports Carnival 2019 in Putrajaya today. Earlier, Kampung Baru landowners were offered 850 ringgit per square foot of their land and an additional 150 ringgit per square foot in the form of shares. The shares will be in the Special Purpose Vehicle SPV of the development project, a company set up by the government to buy the land. Landowners who opt to buy real estate in the new development project would also get a 15% discount. Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail has expressed readiness to discuss the Premiership transition at the Pakatan Harapan PH Presidential Council meeting. The Deputy Prime Minister, who is also PKR Advisory Council Chairman, in a brief response today said that an agreement on the matter had already been signed.
Boleh juga kita jumpa, tapi kita dah macam seperti mana Tan Sri katalah, dia dah tanda tangani. Ya.
Datuk Sri Wan Azizah was speaking to reporters at the Love the Environment campaign in Subang Jaya, Selangor today. Yesterday, Parti Pribumi Bersatu Malaysia President Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin said he was among the 4 leaders who signed the agreement on the power transition. The 20-cent plastic bag charge, which currently applies to most permanent business premises, will be extended to all types of business premises starting 2022. Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Azizah said the move was among the key initiatives under the roadmap towards zero single-use plastics 2018 to 2030. She announced this when launching the Love the Environment campaign organised by EcoBio PAC Sindrian Berhad and non-governmental organisation Pawana today.
Pengenaan charge ke atas beg plastik dan no straw by default adalah inisiatif kerajaan dalam mencegah pengguna dan dari menggunakan plastik sekali guna dan sekaligus dapat mendorong pengguna untuk membuat keputusan yang lebih mesra alam dengan membawa beg yang boleh diguna semula semasa membeli belah dan
The Deputy Premier said the zero-use single-use roadmap includes a no straw by default practice that encourages users to drink directly from a cup or a glass. She also commended that the effort taken by the Penang government in using the revenue from the plastic bag charge for the conservation of the environment, saying that such an effort should be emulated by other states. Meanwhile, 14 people, including 9 kindergarteners, brushed with death when the van they were travelling in collided with a cement mixer lorry in Nibong Tebal, Penang this morning. Now, at least 5 of them were reportedly injured in the 9:40 a.m. incident in front of the Simpang Ampat police station. The extent of the injuries sustained by the victims, who were rushed to the hospital, has not been ascertained. A team of firemen was dispatched to the scene after receiving a distress call minutes after the crash occurred. occurred. Rescuers also helped extricate the lorry driver who was trapped in the vehicle after it overturned. An investigation is underway to determine the cause of the accident. Members of the public who witnessed the incident are urged to come forward to help with the investigation.
Meanwhile, in Ranau, Sabah, a married couple perished when they were trapped in their burning home early today. The charred remains of Yahya Maidin and his wife, Wasia Wakadi, both 70, were found in the living room of the house in Kampung Kinapulidan. The house was occupied by 20 people, including 4 children, when the fire broke out past 3 a.m. 18 family members in the home managed to flee in time with no injuries, but could not save the other 2 due to the raging fire and thick smoke. Firefighters managed to contain the blaze within half an hour before it was completely put out past 4 a.m. The victims' bodies were sent to the Ranau hospital for further action. Now, a motorist died after the car she was driving rammed into a dislodged lorry tire in Machap Johor last night. The incident occurred at about 10:38 p.m. at the North-South Expressway heading to Simpang Renggam. The deceased, Eng Yen Leng, aged 40, was driving a Proton Ertiga and was pronounced dead on scene. Rescuers found the car wrecked on the driver's side.
Malaysia's ability to progress and prosper within a short period of time is due to the strong unity among people of various religions and races in the country. Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad said Malaysians have long been celebrating and embracing each other's unique and cultural and religious differences.
Tun Dr. Mahathir said this in a special message recorded recently in conjunction with the Deepavali celebration tomorrow.
Terdapat negara-negara di dunia yang masih bergelut dengan isu-isu perkauman dan pergolakan kuasa yang berpanjangan. Namun kita di negara ini menikmati pembangunan pesat dan hubungan antara kaum yang erat. Jika diamati dengan teliti, tidak ada mana-mana negara di dunia yang mempunyai rakyat berbilang kaum, berbilang agama, berbilang bahasa dan berbilang budaya seperti Malaysia.
Tun Dr. Mahathir said he wanted to see the younger and future generation be molded into a Malaysian community that lives together and cooperates to achieve success. He added that this was the key to national solidarity in line with the aspiration and objectives stated in the Rukun Negara.
Gunakanlah hari yang istimewa ini untuk mengeratkan lagi hubungan sesama kita. Sekali lagi, saya dan isteri mengucapkan selamat Hari Deepavali kepada semua rakyat Malaysia yang beragama Hindu.
Visiting Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir paid a courtesy call on the President of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, in Baku today. Both leaders who met at the Zaguba Palace also held a discussion which lasted about 20 minutes. Also present were Foreign Minister Dato' Saifuddin Abdullah and Malaysian Ambassador to Azerbaijan, Dato' Yubazlan Yusof.
Earlier, Tun Dr. Mahathir visited the high-technology greenhouse complex located about 20 kilometers from the capital, Baku. The 35-hectare green tech farm utilizes state-of-the-art technology in the production of organic vegetables such as tomatoes, eggplants, cucumber and chili. The facility is owned by Azersun Holding, Azerbaijan's biggest conglomerate in the food production, retail and farming sector. Tun Dr. Mahathir was briefed on the complex's operations by Azersun Vice President Tahir Guzal during the one-hour tour. The Premier also made a stop at the historical site near Yanar Dag, also known as the Burning Mountain. It was said that the fire fueled by natural gas in the soil of the Absheron Peninsula in the Caspian Sea has kept burning since 4,000 years ago. Also included in Tun Dr. Mahathir's itinerary was a visit to Petronas's office in the post-Soviet state. He was received by Petronas Azerbaijan office head Najwa Aras, who then briefed him on the national oil firm's operations in the country. Petronas has so far invested more than $4 billion or 16.7 billion ringgit in Azerbaijan. According to reports, the Fortune 500 company owns substantial stakes in the Shah Deniz project, South Caucasus gas pipeline, and Azerbaijan gas supply company.
Malaysia will continue to focus on the economic and education fronts in maintaining a strong bilateral relationship with the United Kingdom, UK. This was the assurance given by newly installed Malaysian High Commissioner to the UK, Datuk Muhammad Sadiq Keturgani, in London recently. Earlier, the 21st Malaysian High Commissioner to the UK presented his letter of credence to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II at the Buckingham Palace.
Datuk Muhammad Sadiq's audience with Queen Elizabeth was in recognition of Malaysia as a sovereign state. The 59-year-old official said he was amazed by the warmth and friendly disposition of the British monarch, who showed much interest in the bilateral relations between the two countries. He also said the High Commission aims to encourage British students to study in Malaysia, which already houses 6 UK universities.
Saya akan bekerja dengan keras sebab saya fikir kalau yang amat berhormat Perdana Menteri pada usia begitu boleh bekerja keras, saya akan ikut jejak langkah dia untuk demi kepentingan negara, bangsa dan agama. Saya akan menunjukkan bidang tugas saya sepanjang perkhidmatan saya di sini dalam bidang ekonomi diplomasi. Saya berhajat untuk menggalakkan people-to-people relation, especially untuk mengalakkan hubungan pendidikan kedua negara dan menggalakkan pelajar-pelajar daripada Britain dan United Kingdom untuk belajar di Malaysia.
Datuk Muhammad Sadiq was accompanied by his wife, Datin Zakia Basran, and 4 officials from the High Commission. With a 30-year career in foreign affairs and in the diplomatic service, he has served in various postings, including Australia, Ghana, Eastern Europe, United States, Iran and Hungary.
Let's take a short break, and when we come back, Philippines mayor shot dead while in police custody. Stay tuned. We're back with foreign news. At least 40 people died in Iraq during a fresh wave of anti-government protests that descended into violence. 2 of the dead were reportedly hit by tear gas canisters fired by security forces in the capital, Baghdad. Reports say half of the victims were killed while trying to storm the offices of militia groups and the government.
Protesters are demanding more jobs, better public services and to end corruption. About 2,000 people were wounded in the protests across the country. Similar demonstrations earlier this month were brutally put down by security forces, leaving nearly 150 people dead. The government report has acknowledged that authorities used excessive force in quelling that unrest. Ahead of the latest protests, Iraq's leading clerics and the United Nations issued calls for restraint. A day earlier, Prime Minister Abdul Mahdi warned protesters that violence would not be tolerated. He has promised the cabinet reshuffle and a package of reforms to address protesters' demands, but many remain unconvinced.
A Philippine mayor tagged by President Rodrigo Duterte as a narco-politician was ambushed while in police custody and killed on Friday. Police said David Navarro is the latest official on the leader's blacklist to be targeted by unknown gunmen. The gunmen stopped a police van that was taking Navarro, the mayor of the small southern town of Clarin, to the state prosecutor's office in the central city of Cebu and shot him dead. City police arrested Navarro, who was visiting on an official business late Thursday after he allegedly assaulted a masseur. Following the attack, in which one of Navarro's police escorts was also injured, the gunman escaped. The Philippines has a violent and often deadly political culture, but rights monitors have expressed concern that Duterte's signature drug war, which has led to the killings of thousands of narcotics suspects by police, may be emboldening assailants. Now let's hop on to Clickbait, where we take a look at what's trending and making the rounds in the cyber world today. This is why the quote, "Do not drink and drive," should always be taken seriously, because in a split second, you could injure or worse, kill others and even ruin your own future. In Georgetown, Penang, a 58-year-old local council worker was killed on the spot after his motorcycle was rammed by a car driven by a Chinese national believed to be drunk early yesterday morning. CCTV footage of the accident went viral on Twitter, raking in over 400,000 views since its upload yesterday evening. The 24-year-old female suspect is now being remanded for 4 days to assist the investigation.
In the 6:15 a.m. incident, the victim, Muhyiddin Gani Muhammad, was waiting at the traffic light at a Ford junction on Jalan Datuk Keramat. Then suddenly, the suspect's Honda Accord emerges and crashes into the victim and another motorcyclist from behind before coming to a stop after hitting a Proton Wajah that was also waiting at the traffic light. The victim is a public health assistant with the local council and also the owner of Kamli, a porridge stall on Jalan Datuk Koya, which is famous among local residents as well as tourists. 11 a.m. today, the woman and a man, who is the owner of the car, was also in the vehicle during the incident, was hauled to the Georgetown Magistrates Court. The remand order on the woman was issued by Senior Assistant Registrar Nur Fadrina Zulkhairi. The man, however, was released after application for his remand was denied. Police are still waiting for the blood test results of the driver. The case is being investigated under the Transport Act.
Let's take a break, and when we come back, Music Man turns young talent's dreams into reality. Stay tuned. The Malaysian Indian music scene is an emerging industry with a lot of potential to go big globally. But to be able to do that, the industry needs scene setters or pioneers that are willing to nurture young talents and show the world what Malaysia has to offer. Well known as Rabbit Mac, Charles McCallum John Arul aims to build a future for young talents that are musically inclined. Not all heroes wear capes. Our trainee reporter Alia Hamidi meets Rabbit Mac.
Today I'm here to meet a highly talented man who has been in this scene for over a decade. He is renowned for his discipline and passion in his craft. He is building an empire for the young talents to grow their career and set their names to be globally recognized.
What inspired me was my failure. My biggest failure was my first attempt in the music scene. That was like 15 years back, and then when I see a lot of struggles and pain during that first process, I really think it helped me to concrete my ability to become like a musician, So I would say that would be the first thing which inspired for who I am right now. My biggest personal achievement would be the ability to achieve things back to back, because I think that has a lot of hard work and efforts behind it. So I think that is my biggest achievement, being able to achieve all the time. What am I doing right now is rather than investing time on myself, I'm building a platform for the younger generation, for the younger musicians to, I'm training them to be famous and become really talented and musically inclined. And of course, I want any of these guys to just blow globally and put Malaysia on the map. My future goals would be a PU for Life music school. So it was like one of my first dreams even before I started recording, because I really want to educate a lot of people with what I know and with the knowledge of my people here. Wishing everyone a prosperous, happy Deepavali.
Now it's time for My Game On, our special segment that brings you the latest eSports news in Malaysia. The final zone qualifier for Expex Kejohanan Isukan campus, KIK Semester 2, is finally underway at Kuantan City Mall in Pahang. Over 170 students from various university and college campuses have gathered to compete for their spot in the tournament's grand finals happening next month. One Izul Islam has the story.
Welcome to the eSports segment with me, One Izul Islam. Happening here at Kuantan City Mall in Pahang is the final qualifying zone for Expex Kejohanan Isukan campus Semester 2. Over 2,500 students overall have participated in the qualifying zones for the upcoming finals happening next month in KL. Now, not only has this been a great opportunity for them to improve their gameplay and their esports tournament ranking, but also increase the grassroots development of Mobile Legends and PUBG Mobile players in Malaysia. Now, with me I have a team from Uniza. We have the captain, Aiman. So, Aiman, tell me, what do you think of the tournament so far?
So far, I think that this tournament is very good. The prize pool for this tournament is high. That makes every student feel tempted to join the tournament.
All right. What about your team? How has your team been doing so far in this tournament, the qualifying round?
So far, so good, because even though how much strategy that we make, we must have teamwork to make our team proceed to the finals.
Fantastic. All right, there you have it, folks, from the team themselves. 180,000 ringgit prize pool up for grabs for Expex Kejohanan Isukan campus Semester 2. Let's head on inside to find out what's happening, and let's go.
Alright, so for Celcom Expex KIK Semester 2 this time around, the participation from the students for grassroots development is not just through participation of the tournaments, but we open the opportunity to actually manage the event through the volunteers option. So we help them combine with our team. And for the tournament's participation, they will win 180,000, and inclusive of that is 50,000 of scholarship. So that 50,000 of scholarship will be funded to the university, and they can actually use that money to open an esports club in their university.
Now we're in the main atrium for Kuantan City Mall, where all the action is taking place. As you can see behind me, we have the big LED screen showcasing the match Mobile Legends between two teams. Let's talk about how the tournament works. We have 16 teams from each qualifying zone participating in the group stages, where the top two teams from each group will head towards the quarterfinals, and from the quarterfinals it's a best of 3 match to head into the semi-finals, and then the finals for the qualifying zone, which is the best of 5. That's for Mobile Legends. Let's talk about PUBG Mobile. PUBG Mobile, we also have 16 teams participating in 6 different maps today, and another 6 different maps tomorrow, a total of 12 maps, all trying to get the most points as possible. Winner chicken dinners, where the top 3 with the most points in overall will head towards the finals in KL next month. Now that's all from me, One Izul Islam, as well as my cameraman William Joseph. We'll see each other again for next month's grand finals for Expex Kejohanan Isukan campus Semester 2. Let's go.